you think about it. Mike Dean is the topic right now. They say 2 red cards. I only know. I could remember the one that he gave to Suchek that all the FPL men crying about.
Yeah. So he also gave the one from the fellow from Southampton that they reversed.
He was that same guy? Bednarek, yes.
I think he also did Bednarek. So yeah.
No way.
Them monument boy. Them monument have all the referees in the pockets, boy. Oh gosh.
Long time too, no?
Mike Dean is Howard Webb son out. Howard Webb was the man.
I did have videos of Mike Dean doing like a celebration or something. So like, man.
No. Well, he's a. Oh, you mean during the game?
Yeah. I mean, it's a fake. It's a fake.
Yeah.
But they show like a team score and thing, and he go and he celebrates something on the field.
That red card on David Luiz. I can't see how that's a red card.
David Luiz?
Against Wolves.
Running.
I can't remember that, buddy.
They said
guy feet. David Luiz wasn't even attempting to tackle him, man. Red card.
So they say by the law, once you're not trying to tackle the man, it's not a red card. Even though he's the last man to go to goal. So
I saw a red card. I saw a free kick for this guy named Lacazette. The guy pulling Lacazette's off.
Yeah, that Martinez. I mean, I don't think he normally. I don't want to cry, but we don't get those kind of money calls.
You know, calls. I mean, it's really a penalty.
But
that's the whole thing. Is tricky players in the box. So that's why it happened. Think about it. Marshall running through at speed or Rashford. You know they're gonna try some kind of thing.
Penn United, but in terms of referee accountability, though, like you think referees should have a scale where they should be rated on by the amount of mistakes they make or how good they ref?
Yeah. Or I think that my referee should be suspended sometime.
Give them a red card.
No, give them like
because a 3-match ban.
No, but honestly, think about it this way.
Yeah.
If those 2 games where Arsenal got the red card and a loser and whoever, the next one is Lacazette. Let me just say those 6 points prevent all from getting Champions League.
Yeah,
how much money are they losing?
Yeah.
So and at the end of the day, the managers or nobody can talk about it.
Nah, they will get fined.
If you take back the red card and put the man back to play, because if the FA could do that, that means the referee did nonsense, and you need to now discipline him, because you can't do 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 games. You have VAR and nobody on the back of VAR saying, hey.
Oh, to me, the VAR, the VAR people are worse than the actual referee. They don't make some kind of call.
I don't really like VAR. Right? The only time I like VAR is when we went to PSG. And we won. That's the only time actually.
When they call back the penalty for Bruno to kick it over.
I can't remember the defender name when he jumped and the ball hit his hand. And
hit his hand. Kipembe, I think it was.
Yeah.
And the ball was going over. I don't know why he did it.
He jumped. I mean, there's reflex. You see the ball coming, you jump in to block it.
I would ban him from my side for a while if I was the coach. That was a big mistake.
But I think, honestly, right now referees need to be accountable. They need to face some kind of disciplinary action, suspension, something, because that can't be football basically. They can't be making all these mistakes and a side to lose so much about millions, especially in this time now with no fans in the ground. Especially.
You remember last year when it was Bournemouth or somebody lost some points because VR didn't give them a goal that was a goal or something, and they still can talk about it. It had a controversy between them and Sheffield. I don't know if you remember that.
I remember that.
But what I'm trying to say is, yeah, the referees could make mistakes,
Not
and
so
you
much.
can't say nothing about it, and they just go on playing another game just so, and the man might be out for a 3 game.
Like for instance, when we played Brighton,
Okay, trying to remember the game.
and we got the penalty after the whistle blew.
Yeah, Man United things.
No, but think about it. Think about it to say the game was going on. Yeah, the man hand the ball. And then the whistle blew, but the referee didn't see it. So when he had to go to VAR, it happened while the game was playing.
No, I don't care.
2 years ago, 4 years ago, that would not happen because
No. Was that Mike Dean as well?
I won't remember that.
Yeah, but I remember that incident, but I was up in arms because I didn't have Bruno on my side.
Man, you only referee that hit man is Plattenberg, but
Or you don't find all you need a referee to hit all you? All the other referees just get all the favorable calls, you know.
we win in the league, so it don't matter.
Who fault is that?
Well, the favoritism is still not winning the league. Yeah, but as I said, I think they need to do some of the referees because it can be blatant mistakes.
Yeah. The blatant ones are the worst ones to me. And they don't have any, they're not apologetic about it. One bit.
Yeah. Come on, I find that some of these things they need to back up on it.
But do you think referees should have to say sorry? I made a mistake. Do you think that's necessary?
You see, saying sorry is not really going to do nothing because, as I said before,
Yeah.
6 points that Arsenal lose. Let's say that was actually going to put Arsenal in Champions League. What's sorry going to do to my pocket?
Nothing, but I guess it's a good gesture, a gesture of good faith. Because when I play, I guess enough. You know, they'll go to the social media and say, you know, fans are sorry, blah blah blah. I just say it.
Well, I mean, because they're being judged on the performance, right? But I just think with a referee, you can't make all our mistakes. Come on, and just be get off scot-free. You need to get suspended or banned from refereeing some games.
No, but I think
inside some points or something. 2 point or something.
But I don't think referees just get off like completely free. I think who had an article about it where they finally show some transparency in what is happening with referees. But referees have like so apparently referees have almost like their own Premier League table going on where they get points and thing based on I don't know who's the judge, the head of the referees or whatever, and men get demoted. So based on their bad performance, you could only now do Sheffield versus Fulham or something. That's the only games you could referee this week or for the next 2 weeks and thing. And you'll see it, right? So it's unspoken, but you'll see it. You'll realize only the best referees just get the big games. Yes, I
think all referees in England are bad. Michael Oliver is the best, and he makes a lot of mistakes sometimes.
How come we don't hear about this problem even in MLS? We don't hear this problem.
But I think in MLS referees real bad. MLS referees real bad. I remember.
Why is it that way, Andre boy?
No conversation. No. Anyway,
Italy, Germany, Spain. You don't hear about these problems with the referees.
Well, to be honest, I don't watch it that much. So I'm not sure.
You probably don't because they're not English speaking. If they was English speaking, we'll hear all the translations or all the cuss and thing.
Yes, the ESPN FC and those things. You must see it.
But just to bring it home, right? Just to bring it home, Mike Dean made some mistakes. He received just death threats for him and his family. What do you guys think about that situation?
I mean, obviously, that's the deplorables, the same deplorables that with the racist abuse and thing is the same man that it's a football game. Men could make bad decisions. Men could even be cheating or even if it's cheating. What I had to do with death threats on, like, what is this? So obviously the men are going way too far, well beyond the realm of any kind of reasonable response and taking this thing too serious. But then, all right, separate conversation. They're not actually connected. I don't want to add no legitimacy to the idea that the performance was bad and that's why it's justifiable for men to be this vexed on it. No, it's not justifiable.
Right.
Let's make that clear. All right, sure. But separate from that though is the conversation that is I think I wrote about this before. It's simple steps that should be taken to remove a lot of these issues. So the laws of the game. Once upon a time, I read the laws of the game. I read one of the versions they published on whatever is the website called, right? I went and read the laws of the game, and these things are so ambiguous that it lends itself to men interpreting things different each game. The same man will interpret his rules differently 2 games in a row, right? Mm-hmm. So change it. Now that you have your cameras that could do bullet time and matrix view and all kind of thing, now you could do all these fancy things. Use it. So change your rule. Like I said this before, but men don't agree on things. But okay, what if offside was changed to, hey, the entire man has to be behind the last line of defense? Mm-hmm. That way it becomes easy. I draw a simple line on my, on my 3D thing, whatever. I could see clearly this man is past the whole line.
But what the man fingertip like this be?
The whole man needs to be past the whole line.
Right. So then the fingertip will become the elbow then.
But look at for example, right, before technology, it used to have all kind of drama about.
I thought it was clear daylight I thought it was clear daylight with offside.
You remember Frank Lampard scored a goal that crossed the line, but they said didn't cross the line
against Germany 2010.
Right. So before the technology, all right, it's understandable some of these mistakes take place, and some of them look like cheats and all this thing. All right, the technology come through.
1966, the Phantom goal. Anyway.
Right? But technology come through, and now you could say, well, the whole ball is over the line. No argument, no 2 ways, whatever. Yeah. But once you start
Bournemouth Sheffield had an issue last year. It had an issue that somebody, I think the cameras weren't working or something. So.
Oh yeah. It had one game where it was But yet here we are. We have the ability to put our line on the screen, and yet we still want to talk about any part of the body that can play the ball to score a goal. What are you doing? Now you have men drawing line to armpit, drawing line like
to the should line.
What day it was what day this week we played Southampton and we won in 9? That was when
that was last Wednesday, right?
Last week.
Let me check.
I saw when Southampton scored the goal.
Yeah, and they disallowed.
The guy hand just like, come on.
That was last Tuesday.
It's madness. All right, so
was it a handball?
No, it was an offside. They call it offside on Southampton for a man piece of jersey.
Because his hand, he pointed where he won the ball.
yeah.
And that's why it's offside. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like when Eric Bailly got a penalty, I think it was. Eric Bailly point. He wasn't even looking.
Oh yeah. He pointed.
He didn't tell him, Luke Shaw.
That was crazy.
Kick the ball on the hand.
But while we here, do you guys think that is a handball? Should be.
No. Again, if you have the replays and the bullet time, dog, did you move your hand towards the ball?
But Andre, here's what I tell you why that could be a handball. Here's the only instance why he points his hand, right? He's not looking. But that ball stops a progressive play or a goal scoring opportunity.
Nah, not a handball. No.
So a man play a best through ball by his pointing. His hand stops a progressive goal scoring opportunity.
The man didn't. As simple as if you did not intentionally move your hand to play the ball, it's not a handball.
Okay.
It's not a handball. I have a hand. I'm a human. I have 2 hands.
Now put it behind your back.
I hate this defender. Hands behind your back. I hate that.
But then the other thing I'm saying should be done simple is so. All right, so NFL, I'm saying it still have fans that are real vexed representing an NFL, but in NFL, the referee just get on a mic and say, all right, when I'm looking at this thing, what I seeing is this man doing this, and that's why I'm going to stay offside.
Yeah.
It's as simple as, all right, stop treating the referees at the same time as if their word is gospel and they should not be exposed to scrutiny of what they're actually saying. Put it there, like, let people hear what they're saying. At the very least, then you could say, he's a madman for thinking that is the case, but I hear what he's saying.
I
think men might bring the TV boy Andrew.
honestly, I just think, honestly, when I went to England, they take football a little too serious.
And every man death threats, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember even when
but all the men bomb firebomb whose home was it?
What the CEO?
Yeah, all the firebomb the man home dog.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you could, and that's what I'm saying. Like you could dislike what a player is doing on the field.
Yeah.
But it makes no sense to shout and say I hate you and death threats and just a game.
When I was a big OKC fan, right? A big OKC fan. When Kevin Durant went Golden State, I could not believe it was. And everybody was like, yeah, fireball Kevin Durant, boy. And I was like, yeah. Until they started talking about him, and I was like, what are we doing, guys? What are we doing? This is not related to sport, though. That's too far. I don't know.
You mean Colombia do that? Remember that time the Pablo?
Yeah, the keeper. Yeah.
The keeper.
Yeah. But so like you have even after. So the only thing I have a criticism for the laws, but then I have a criticism for referees as well now. So everybody in football have a certain amount of accountability to fans. Everybody. So a team lose a game, you're interviewing the coach right after the game. Although you vex, you hot and sweaty and vex, you're interviewing him right then, saying, "Hey, so you lose real bad. Why is that, boy?" You're making him answer. Okay, you had a bad game, you had to answer. Football players, man score own goal, yeah, but you had a own goal there. You think you're really ruining the season for your team, whatever. Okay. A referee have a bad game, a referee should be made to speak, I think. Hey, it looked like you real messed up this game.
Yeah.
What going on? Well, yeah, when I wasn't really watching, dog. I miss it. Whatever it is, but they have this thing where referees don't get to talk to the public. The public not allowed to talk about referees. The coach not allowed to talk about referees. Nobody allowed to talk about referees. They're protected.
You just get fined.
Well, it just allows for and again separator. This is not this is the cause why men could death threaten thing. No, but what it allows for is for this. It allows for a lot of conspiracy and shippiness. The whole time, all of we watching football, there's always have the accusation of a referee cheating. Why? Because for me, there's a whole there's a black box of what going on with the referees. I don't even know what decision he make there, why he do this, who do this, what. So they can make that so much more transparent.
Let me ask you a question. In the modern world, you really think anybody want to hear about the referee?
I think so.
They want to hear the player. When a player do craziness, why did they interview Allison?
They probably did.
Never.
They probably did. They're so wicked. They probably did.
Never.
You feel so, boy? I didn't think they'll interview Allison then.
Dog, it just depends on who. So I show what do you call it? ESPN Brazil. They probably had somebody talking to Allison right after the game.
I think they would interview Mourinho or who's that player? They might interview David Luiz, but I don't think they'll do Allison that.
They will do Allison that.
Mourinho will call out the referee.
Nah, he say he doesn't do it anymore. He'd say I'm not saying anything. I don't know why.
I choose not to speak. I think I will not speak is what you will say.
So that's a no-go for the deplorables on Mike Dean, right? But the referee should have accountability.
Yeah.
There should be more
Right.
transparency, and it's not that hard. This NFL is the blueprint to follow.
Right.
You can't say
So-
that because of VAR from America and that's what it's playing out.
Say again,
You can't say that because they follow VAR from America.
and that's what happened.
what-
Nah, they didn't follow it properly.
Title race, Jose Mourinho.
Yeah,
What you
Mourinho.
have to say about it, Andre? You wanted that topic.
No, I mean, I wouldn't say I wanted that topic, but yeah. So I think, was it last season? Last season I was talking to somebody and I asked, do you think Jose is finished? And they say yeah. And at that point in time, I was like, is he really finished? But I think he is. I think he's finished, and it's not. I'm not going to get into a lot of people. They watch football so much that they think they understand management of football and they think they understand tactics and things more than they do.
Of course we do.
Right, sure. But I think in simple terms, Jose Mourinho has lost. So this is as they get older, being able to, as a leadership is 101. You have to have people that are following you. Can Jose Mourinho still get men to follow what he wants them to do, period? I think the answer is no. Because I watched him since I wasn't really watching Prem big time when he was in Chelsea. I mean, I did watch because there was the big six. But once he went to Inter and I was watching Inter every week, what you would always see is you would see a progression in players. They start off making the mistakes and they don't understand things and they whatever. Okay, fine. But eventually they start saying, the mistakes gone. Christian Kivu had a lot of mistakes in the beginning and improved. Just every player. Basically, you just see them improving because they start to understand and then they're playing hard, 100%. When I watch Jose Mourinho since Real Madrid is what I would say.
Yeah.
Every team, the players did not improve. They didn't continue to improve. Wherever you see them as, they kind of just stay the same. The players who was good, they're good. He tends to have a forward or attacking player who does well under him, numbers. Mm-hmm. But then everybody else, they either stay the exact same or they get kind of worse. And I'm watching it and it's just it's continuing everywhere. It's happening everywhere. Every club are seeing the same thing, same pattern. So watching Tottenham and Son and Kane, they get the numbers.
Yep.
Dembele and Dembele is the success story. He improved.
Yeah.
Regulon is playing good, but Regulon was good. He playing good. All right, but then I watch Dyer. Eric Dyer has got.
He was good until December. He was good until December.
The man wasn't even good.
Well, they were winning. Eric Dyer. No, that's what I'm going to say.
I'm watching Eric Dyer. I'm watching even Toby, and I just see him players. Wait, all in are really progressing.
He was trash way before Mourinho came.
I understand. But it's the part of Mourinho that I just don't. You don't get the feeling that these players are going to follow him and play. A lot of his former players always talk about they're willing to die for him, all kind of thing. These men are going to say that.
SCN, they have a joke. SCN call him daddy. I think he say SCN is the African son or something. Yeah. Real love.
I think personally, what has changed. Footballers soft now. You don't. No, honestly, I think about it. You don't get the John you don't get the Vidic, you don't get the Roy Keanes. So it's like, I don't know, like they wanted to hug them up and you can't talk
Panda.
I think Jose Mourinho problem right now. His problem started when Rui Faria left. When he was in United.
Mm-hmm.
Who left?
His second coach.
Okay.
Right? Because when he was there, Mourinho is a defensive coach.
Yeah.
Mourinho concedes a little bit of goals, minor. Right? In the first season when Mourinho was there, Man U won Europa League.
Yeah.
League Cup.
Come second.
Right? No, became sixth.
For the first year, with the League Cup, wasn't second? Okay.
The first year he won the Europa League and the League Cup.
Okay.
Second year, he won the no. He won the Community Shield, League Cup, and Europa. Right. Second season, well, the board didn't back him. They didn't spend any money wherever he wanted a defender and some other thing. They didn't buy anybody. We got Fred.
I can't remember, so I can't say.
Nah, man, they buy some players who just didn't work out.
Fred.
They buy Mkhitaryan, right?
Fred, no, Mkhitaryan came in the first season. It was Mkhitaryan, Pogba, Zlatan, Bailly.
Pogba came in Mourinho first season. Okay.
Lukaku is the body.
He get real players in that first season, but he can't get nobody else.
Now because
and when Sanchez went?
In the January.
Wait, now let's sell Mkhitaryan after 6 months.
Nah,
swap it?
like a year and something. Yeah,
Okay.
but
Anyway, go ahead.
I just think personally Mourinho needs to come out of the Premier League.
And
yeah,
boy,
I think he'll do good in Italy.
go back Italy, boy, and coach who? Who he coaching? AC Milan this time?
Because Mourinho plays a slow, pragmatic style of football, a defensive kind of football. The Premier League evolved from that. Pep and them fellas will pass around here. The players, Mourinho, look at it. Pep buying players to suit his philosophy. You really think you think Dele Alli could go and play for Pep? Exactly. Mourinho's time in England is coming to an end. If you watch manager age coming down, the style of football playing is high pressing, high tempo football.
More European style.
Yeah.
No, but I don't think. I mean,
knock.
Put
the ball in it.
my only counter to that would be though, I don't think it's a style of football problem because you have teams that are defensive that are able to coexist. Atletico Madrid, Diego Simeone, what is he? He's
a coach. And that's why I just say Mourinho have to leave England.
Leave England, but I just feel as if so it's not necessarily the style, but it's just all right. Are the players when you watch Mourinho Manchester, Mourinho Chelsea, Mourinho Tottenham, them players don't look hungry and biting like Atletico Madrid players. It's just a different look of player. That man just look like they begrudgingly defending. They don't really want to. They ain't really trying to run down this man. They're tired, whatever. Atletico Madrid men and Mourinho teams of old men used to be running into every tackle.
And that's why I said footballers know.
Soft.
You really think he could come into Man U side now?
Who?
You think he could come into Man U side now? I don't think people will respect him.
No, I don't think it will work as much. The hair dryer wouldn't work as much in this Man U.
Because first of all, football run until his agent and this and that.
Mino and Pogba out on the first plane. If Fergie come back, I'll tell you that. But that means he wouldn't get Haaland, and that means he wouldn't get any of Mino's people.
I just think Mourinho. I just think Mourinho time up now.
But I'll be happy to see him go. Not because I vex with the man or anything, but like I tell you, I want something else to be spoken about. I'm tired of them talking about Mourinho. Like I can't tell you enough how much men who claim to not care about Mourinho, as soon as something happens, they have dissertation to write on Twitter. And they have this article like they had in draft the whole time, whatever. So I want Mourinho to be out of football so that how people talk about defensive football changes. Because people just talk about defense like if it's the devil and all, like, how dare you have a defensive team and things. I was like, dog, defense is part of football. If you watch why Manchester City is on top of the league right now, they have been the best defensive team.
Correct. Defense is the reason why Man U won the title this year.
And that is correct. and that is correct. And why is Liverpool suffering? Because they can't defend properly in the league this year. Like it's just people just talk about defensive football and defending as if it's like that's the bane of football.
Yeah.
And it's because in my opinion, it's as simple as I think people get tired of the bad guy winning though, right? The bad guy win for so long that they couldn't wait for the bad guy to finally lose so they don't have to entertain him no more. So once you start losing, it's everybody who had something they're waiting to say for years. They come out now ready to talk about how terrible it is. Football is terrible. This football is... I was like, okay, fair enough. Get him out of football. Let me hear the conversation about how Diego Simeone teams is playing.
Oh, I'll be honest with you. I find Tottenham I find them playing good.
Kane and Son playing good and them balling.
I just don't know. I just think people figure out Mourinho. Because when he got this new assistant coach and stuff, yeah, because when Mourinho came to Man, I was really like, why so? Yeah. Second year,
trophies.
So getting in the league. When I watching Mourinho in his second season, so that is Mourinho lost it.
Pogba roll him another the boss.
No, I didn't think that because Pogba didn't say anything. It was like Chelsea.
Now that big backy dog, that big backy. Pogba tweet something half-time and thing dog, you forget.
I ain't gonna troll this.
Chelsea.
Is that half an hour? I talk from Andrew.
I ain't gonna troll this. Nah, but real player power these days. Real player power.
Yeah, when Chelsea players
it's a player's game.
Nah, real player power these days where I wonder about men like Fergie and thing where the manager is absolute. Nah, that wouldn't happen today.
I don't think so.
Gotta pipe down. Even men like Pep just have to humble.
Pep do humble though.
You have to humble and accept why players leaving. That's why Sané gone. That's why what's the man that went Real Madrid? What's his name? And I forget Jadon Sancho as well. All these players who would have stayed. That man went Real Madrid, but then it has Jadon Sancho as well.
Brahimi or something.
Brahim Diaz. Yep. And
Diaz,
is he in Milan now? I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's just a lot of player power these days. So it's a different scene.
And I think the clubs get involved because the game is money. Which is bad. But that's
it's not bad. Share the wealth now, man.
Mourinho's finished.
That's it, yeah. Let's go.